break. Hosta mechta cinco basta. Hosta mefta ure. Rishi labir groove snores lagil Rishi labir usas nos dobre. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta ure. Rishi labir groove snores lagil Rishi labir usas nos norweg.
Yazor, why Yazor, go, if ma.
Puštikami uno, zipa blufa torpos de vem. Zumba nisi nisi, rista music roj de play. Zika kumba jumba noro, kumba jumba hero, kumba jumba opposite way.
quiero. Så, gå, if, man, ha!
Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir groove snores lajekor. Rishi labir usa snor break. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir groove snores lajekor. Rishi labir usas nos dovrek. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvrek. Rishi labir groove snores lajekor. Rishi labir usas snor break.
Yazor, why yazor, go, if, man.
Captain's Log, Supplemental, it's time because I forgot. I haven't even buttoned up my uniform.
God damn.
Welcome, everyone, to another supplemental episode of the USS Noteworthy, our Star Trek Adventure series, here on the first Friday of every month. And since this is the first Friday of December, we're playing this and not our horror game. And I knew this all day long. Yup, I fully remembered this. Yes.
You know what I realized?
What?
We have a Friday the 13th next month.
Ooh. Well, we have a Friday the 13th this month in an offshoot sort of way, because this is the 13th episode and it's on a Friday.
Ooh.
So maybe some 13s will trigger some dread clocks for getting stuff started. Also, I really need to talk to the three of you about what the hell's happening next week in Blood from a Stone, because I don't know where we're going. We might decide that tonight. You know what? It's only 2 weeks. No, let's start this off with a Blood from a Stone thing. Somebody grab your D13.
Got it.
This is 100% binding. As you pull that out, I'm gonna pull out.
Wait, I'm pulling out.
Yeah, always you're the pull-out king. Here is the 11th option. It's a candle.
Guys.
What? Listen.
Settle down.
Listen. Men sometimes it's important for men to have safe spaces where they can kind of just talk like this, you know, just like guys.
My goal
It's
is
just a
to
fella.
make every space dangerous for men.
I really think we need to make this space dangerous for men. Oh. Oh, look, it's like a little wooden candle, I guess.
Philip, you should try eating that one like the chocolate.
No, that's a witch's hat.
Is it?
Is it a
But the
chocolate?
picture was a candle.
Oh, maybe it is.
I think it's a candle.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sure.
Or a mushroom.
It looks like a little T for Mr. T.
In any event, now that we've made this an unsafe space for men, let's talk about, Dan, you just rolled a thing, is that correct? Or you're about to roll it? I have to...
I did just roll a thing.
All right, I don't even have this pulled up. So let me pull up my my proper spreadsheet for good old BFAS, which, guys, I can't tell you how many files on my computer start BFAS dash.
Well, Philip, you know, I'm the pull-out king. You're the pull-up king.
Oh, because I pulled up a file. It's pretty good, and not because I still have to wear those because of incontinence.
Yeah.
So what is remember pull-ups? Remember when pull-ups
Yeah.
were? It's like after
Oh,
diapers.
I went to my bed until I was like 6. I know him.
What did you roll?
11.
You rolled 11.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Do I need to re-roll?
No, I'm gonna try to zoom in on this just so I don't give away information. But here on the spreadsheet, 11. We're going to Paradise next week.
Oh, baby.
Oh, shit.
Paradise next week. We are returning to Paradise. I had a taste of Paradise. I never want to let it slip away. I had a taste of Paradise. If it had any sooner, you know, never want to run away. Yes.
Maybe let me show you what you're missing. Paradise.
Pave Paradise and put about. You know what? Also, we don't need to talk about all of these things. The point is, Paradise next week for a couple of weeks, maybe longer. Who knows? But we'll be back in Paradise. Ooh, gosh. That's fun because that doesn't really require much planning. It's just people make level 0 characters who are ready to die. Awesome. Well, fun. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to button. How does this? Oh yeah.
We're running right on schedule, everyone.
We're not on schedule. What are you talking about? There is no schedule. The train has left
Not
the
when
station.
You're a wizard.
No, listen. Starfleet is famous for never having any order or discipline.
Yeah. Rank and subordination.
Rank and subordination. That's what your rank is in subordination.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm in my Lower Decks Admiral's outfit here, everybody. Lower Decks. Season 3 was fun. Okay, so, well, yes, so this is our Star Trek game. We have opened the calendar. We're not sure what we've gotten out of it. We've had a major announcement about Blood from a Stone, but I'm going to make one more announcement before we start. I know that we're kind of starting late here, but I got to do it because it's a big week. For those of you who were following with bated breath the release of what used to be called Long Lost Noir and was then called Noir Confidential. I am so excited to announce that Noir Confidential is now available to all Kickstarter backers for download and for anyone to purchase on itch.io. Ooh, fun. So check it out.
Wait. I was saying, if they want some noir, if they're fiending for some noir, we know where they can scratch that itch.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
leaving this game.
It's okay. Yeah. I understand. But yes, we're so excited. The book turned out so well. I'm so excited. I appreciate all the people who supported it, all the people who play tested it and proofread it and did the art and stuff on it. It looks so good. Jeremy, who's on some of our other nights, had a cool he did the layout for it. And he plays Murdenki and he plays Leo the mannequin. And it's really fun. So yeah, check it out. I think the link is on our page, and I can put it in. I'll put it in. It's on our about page here on Twitch, and I can even put it into the chat right now. But yeah, it's so fun. We're so happy with it. So check it out. Also, if you're the one person from the Kickstarter whose email didn't work, first, I have no way to contact you because your email's not working. But just let me know.
Is it anonymous?
No, because I didn't send it to the anonymous one. But it doesn't tell me who it's not working from, which is a problem. But it has been downloaded. I'm not sure if it's any downloads or the stuff, but we've had 128 downloads already. So I think it's like the people are out there. The people who've already bought it are getting it, is the point. It took us a while to get it out because itch.io is a cool site, but they have to approve you. It's a smaller site. It's like a not-for-profit thing. It's like a cool distribution method, but it does mean some things could take a little longer. So there is the thing. If you want to download a book of noir, if you want to scratch the itch, as Dan put it in a tortured way.
Hell yeah, brother.
So yeah,
the girl. It's one of the things where the girls that get it, and the girls that don't.
I don't care for that as like a thing. It really bugs me. Like, if you get it, I don't. Like, if you get it, you get it. I don't care for it. Like that.
I guess you don't get it.
That's because you don't get. Yeah.
No, I genuinely get it. I'm saying I don't like it.
Do you though?
Stop being exclusionary of people who don't get it. I actually get it. I got it before you got it. Get it? Oh my god. I'm just whatever.
What game is this again?
I don't remember. Oh, Star Trek. Oh my god, none of us remember how to play this.
Yeah, you roll d20s.
Oh yeah, you roll 2 d20s and I gotta pull up all your guys' character sheets.
You don't worry about mine, it's fine. I got it.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, well, yeah, yours isn't coming up when I type numbers. So, but let's talk about what happened last time in this game. Which was actually a pretty darn momentous episode, as one Lieutenant Commander Sennick managed to break free of the mental prison that had been crafted by him by one Lieutenant Bonaventura, who, she's like a pretty serious, I believe the term for her is a telepathic savant. She's a human, but she's incredibly good at telepathy. She is working with this strange species called the Lampavir, who have advanced technology and managed to have a major assault on like some Federation shipyards and destroyed the old Intrepid class Noteworthy, at which point you guys were given one of these Talleyrand class behemoth combination Starfleet vessel mobile conference center. This portion here is the conference center. The ship now also contains a large contingent of holographic Goblin Hospitality Service members. These were brought in to try to make your replicated Goblin crewmate Grim feel more at home. As per that was the sort of idea of Captain Grace Maxwell. I'm remembering things about this game. I hadn't thought of Grim for a month, guys. But yeah, so that is kind of the situation with the Noteworthy A, as your ship is called. So we did kind of come to an end point on not an end point, of course. The Lampavir remain a mystery. And because this game is kind of just, sort of... Because we're really clearly all here for the ads. Like, let's all be honest. I will say that I'm actually going to ask you players for your preference, because you are all, major Star Trek fans. I don't know if the viewers understand this. I actually have to ask them to not dress like this for the other games. Like, this is what they're usually dressed as.
Like, we would wear these Star Trek uniforms for other games.
Yeah, and I'm just like, guys, don't.
Yeah, these are tattoos. I cover them up for all of the other games. I'm kidding, they're not. People on TikTok think they're real.
I have Armin Shimmerman's face tattooed on my butt.
That's cool.
Yeah.
In like his natural face, or
Yeah. Don't pork me.
I want you to get it tattooed halfway through the process. So there's like the napkins around the it's like while the applications, So basically, as you are all big-time Star Trek fans, I'm going to ask you a question about tonight's game. I have the general concept for it, of course, because I posted about it on Instagram. Tonight's episode, we'll reveal the episode title at the appropriate point in the episode, in that Krilly font in blue, kind of TNG style. But, my friends, would you like this to be, to use X-Files terminology, do you want this to be a standalone or mythology episode? Do you want this to uncover more secrets of the Lampavir? Because we only, we kind of tend to only play this once a month. We don't get as much stuff. So do you want to keep that narrative going? Or would you rather this game?
I like standalone episodes.
One vote for standalone.
I prefer them myself.
So if one other person votes standalone, it's standalone. If you both say mythology, it's mythology.
Mythology.
Wow. Zane, it's down to you.
Well, can't we do a little bit of both?
If we
do a
do,
little bit of a reveal here,
if we do, if it's any mythology, it's technically a mythology episode. If you're asking for mythology light, that's fine. That's fine. We can do a light mythology, but it's a mythology, and you're voting against your wife.
Zane, think about your favorite episodes. What are they?
They are episodic. But I do like when they all have some. Like, I love when there's something interwoven, when you see the Ferengi, like from TNG in Voyager, like in that episode where they, went into another time or dimension, whatever that was.
Okay. I can certainly take that. So, what is your vote then? Episodic or serialized, standalone mythology. Make your wife happy, make your bro Dan happy.
We're gonna let the dice decide.
Philip. I love it.
Oh,
love it. Well, let's say, let's do even. Keeps things even keel with the mythology, and odd means it's an odd episode out.
It's even keel.
All right. Well, then, Lauren, I'm very sorry. This is not a standalone episode, but
it's okay. I can't win everything.
The only person who really screwed you over was Dan, in fairness.
I know.
Because everything else was random fate. So on that note, let us begin with a teaser as The Noteworthy is in the midst of hosting a conference overlooking a beautiful cluster of ice planets that are in the midst of kind of like coming to a once every several centuries period of close passing, where sort of the perigee becomes, so near that there's this showers of ice crystals shooting between both planets. It's a great place, probably it would the camera would be zooming in on the, on the place here. As this conference is going on, we will say that we find Senec, Giles, and Vale, as we do in almost every episode. They're
the fan favorites and the writers know it.
Yeah, that really is the deal. So as Senec, Giles, and Vale And we'll throw in, roll me a d4. Actually, if anybody has it, roll me a d4, Lauren, if you have one handy. 3. Grim is there as well. You guys are looking out one of the main observation windows with old Grim. And you are trying to explain to Grim some of the superstitions that are common aboard sailing ships. The subject has come up because many of the delegates here come from a planet called Catulius, a planet that is incredibly steeped in superstition. There seems to be among the Catulians an opportunity for terrible luck around every possible corner. So the Catulians are extremely sort of like concerned about superstition, and the ship had to do various things, such as, paint some of like the stairs in some of the kind of grand entryways that still have stairs, like alternating colors because it's bad luck to have stairs all of one color. Various things for your goblin chef, for Chef Rufa, she had to completely alter her sort of typical fare because of so many foods they find unlucky. Even certain corridors where people typically, would walk on one side of the corridor, you're walking on opposite sides just to sort of deal with these Catulians' sort of intense superstitious fears. So Grim wasn't sure about superstitions. He knows about them sort of from the context of his goblin nature, what was replicated, but he doesn't really grasp the concept. So as we open, the three of you are speaking to him about superstitions.
So what you have to understand about superstitions is that they are not usually based in reality. They're based in things like folklore or religious beliefs or things like that. And sometimes people do things that help them feel better or make them believe that something good will happen if they do this, that, or the other.
Yeah, it's like when you put a Coranian slug in your shoe before you go to the dance so you don't slip and fall on a Ferragni-Narg banana peel.
Wait, what? Wait, so you do that or you don't do that?
You do that, but you don't have to do that.
But
if you don't do it, you're going to worry that you might slip on the peel and ruin your date. But if you do it, then it's going to prevent it from ever happening pretty much. But also it also doesn't matter either way because it's just kind of how you think.
And some people have very unique superstitious behaviors that they do all on their own based on their personal experiences, like Simon.
Grim, I can tell you that superstitions are based in a fundamental lack of understanding of the way the material world functions. They have no superstitious behaviors, and rituals have no hold or meaning on the day-to-day life. They're illogical, unless we are talking about. It may be possible that the quantum spin of various particles may be changed by actions, which may have some effect. However, it is unclear that we can determine that as of yet.
Sometimes it just makes you feel safe.
But why? So, why did we change everything on the ship if it's all nonsense?
To make our guests more comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, I mean,
their beliefs are very deeply rooted in superstition. So whereas, let's say, the Prime Directive is something that we are very bound to.
Yeah, we really are.
This society is very bound to their own superstitions, and that's something that we try to respect.
Okay. Well, it still doesn't make any sense, but I guess it's fine that they repainted my favorite Jeffrey's tube entry.
Well, just make sure you knock on wood so nothing goes wrong, Grim.
Wait, I have to knock on wood?
If you can find any.
It's an old earth.
Oh, there is some wood over there. I should go knock on it?
Sure.
Are you
Yes.
guys all gonna knock on it?
Yes.
All
Right,
right.
Cynic.
Let's go knock on wood.
Let's knock on wood.
I will do this to participate in the activity, however, I see no inherent meaning within it.
Oh boy, he's in one of these moods.
Okay, so you guys all head over to one of the wooden balustrades, kind of overlooking, down this area. Grim kind of raps on it a couple of times.
There you go. Everything's going to be fine.
What about the rest of you?
Oh. Sure.
Wait, what was that?
Actually, yeah, you know what? The four of you knock on wood to demonstrate to Grim what he's doing, and you hear this gasp. And this Catulian woman is standing nearby. What's her name? Jesus fucking Christ.
You did this to yourself.
That's what you get for being.
Her name
such
is.
in-depth-
Honestly, I just rolled ZLLZ. Let's call her Zelaz. Zellaz. I'm into it. So Zelaz is here, and she kind of looks at you and says, "Whatever are you doing?"
Just practicing an old Earth superstition.
Oh, you knock upon wood?
Oh, well, I don't. I'm from Trill. We have our own separate superstitions.
You participate in the superstitions of other cultures? Oh, we were told that there was no cursed items aboard within this museum that might carry superstitions from strange alien worlds that might infect us.
Oh, no, not at all. These are not substantiated in reality. They're just...
It's an Earth thing. We do it for fun, really.
But don't you know? Well, perhaps Earthwood is different. But on Catulia, to knock on wood is to invite the spirits of ill fortune, to awaken them from their slumber within the trees.
Oh, is there any way to put him back in after you knocked on wood?
Oh,
Is this only wood? Does this only apply to wood that is part of a currently living tree, or is this all wood?
oh, it is all Catulian wood. Perhaps it is okay, but I am a very open-minded person, so I'm okay. But just make sure you don't knock on any wood in front of other Catulians, lest they overreact. Now, if you don't mind, I need to go lay down for a time. And she kind of just wanders off.
I will look at Grim and say, and sometimes superstitious behavior means different things to different cultures.
Okay, so honestly, hearing that lady talk, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
But you don't have to participate in any if you don't like.
Okay, well, I do have to go get in the Jeffries tubes because I'm supposed to watch some speech some guy does, just in case anyone tries stuff. I'm supposed to jump down and stab people with knives. See you guys.
Oh,
Hey,
Hi.
Grim, before you go, just don't tell any knock-knock jokes after what just happened.
Knock jokes.
They are an ancient and antiquated simple form of Earth humor.
Oh, okay. I don't know any, so no prob, Bob.
He sort of turns, and you all hear this sound.
And he goes, huh? Oh, sorry.
And there's this black cat sort of walking across his path. And he just looks at it. It's like,
Excuse me, ma'am or sir.
and just kind of wanders away. The black cat looks at all of you. Kind of those feline eyes just staring at the three of you. Looking each of you in the eye. And then it continues crossing in sort of the path you were on and leaves the room.
I wasn't aware that we had any additional animals on board.
Nor was I. Perhaps
we-
security should be called.
Oh, should we check the roster?
And as they wonder what to do about a black cat, boom, shoo, boom, space, the final frontier. Boom, boom. These are the voyages of the starship Noteworthy. Bum, ba bum, ba 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 bum, boom. Its continuing mission to bring together strange new cultures, to promote peace and understanding, and to spread a mission of diplomacy throughout the Federation and beyond. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Starring Ethan Douglas Jorgens Jr. Oh, wait. That's the wrong lineup. God damn it. Starring Valerie... I gotta find the whole one. Shit, fuck, damn, fuck, shit, fuck. I don't have the right... This is the wrong credits we're playing. Okay, notably on Memory Alpha, there's a whole article about how the wrong credits played for episode 113. Whatever. We'll get to the people who are here. Also
Really?
No, I already did it.
On our Memory Alpha.
On our Memory Alpha, there's a thing how in episode of 113 of this series, they played the wrong credits. It's a known thing. The fans went in an uproar. So, but also starring Zane as Lieutenant Commander Simon Giles. Bum, 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 Lauren is Counselor Quincy Vale. Dan is Lieutenant Commander Sennick. Bum, 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 bum. Lion Brian Foster Tuscadero as Lieutenant Marvin Dobbs. And Murray Fortenberry as Grimm. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Created based on characters created by Gene Roddenberry. Okay. Act break. All right. A cool guy is rollerblading. He's with a bunch of other cool people. You're muted.
Damn it. Time for a Mitvana break.
Do you mean a gum break?
The cool guy smirks like such a cool guy and pulls out a pack of Mintvana.
No. I mean Mintvana.
He offers some to his friend, who eats it. And suddenly everyone is transported to Mintvana, a divine realm of frosty, clean-mouthed deliciousness.
I see what you mean.
Ooh, it's so chilly in Mintvana.
Well, then I'm sorry to tell you, this minty chill lasts a long time.
Guess you'll have to keep me warm.
Oh, lucky.
The cool guy pops another piece of Mintvana as the hot friend snuggles up to him. End ad. Cool. Act 1. Superstition. We will cut to Giles having done a scan of the ship and making the claim. So Giles, actually, no, you should be rolling the stuff. This is a game. Giles, please give me, this will be a difficulty 0, so this is an opportunity for you to try to, I literally don't have my little thing that has your whatever, so I'll just use this for the night. This is an opportunity for you to try to earn some momentum, because that's the game where we need this thing momentum. So right now you guys have 0. This will be a difficulty 0 use of you to use the scanners on the ship. So this is going to be reason and engineering.
All right.
So only if it's under
Under 16.
Under 16, yeah, and ones will get you double.
I got a 16 and a 17. Does on 16 count?
The 16 counts. So you guys have 1 in your pool.
Uno momentum.
Uno momentum. So, e pluribus uno momentum. Oh boy. All right. So in any case, tonight's is rough. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Fuck me. So Simon Giles, you are using the computers with a difficulty 0 success. You see no reference to anyone having brought a, Canis Felis. Wait, Felis cat. What's the name of a common house cat? Nobody brought a house cat aboard. There's no record of a house cat being here. There's no one who has a data-style, spot-style pet. You know of no black cats on the registry. Your scan of the ship did not reveal any, but obviously, with so many beings aboard, it is hard to, specifically get to Felis catus, that's what it's called.
And is anyone around? Am I still next to the group?
We'll say that, Seneca and Vale, would you have gone with him to investigate this?
Absolutely.
Then they're there, sure.
Sure, yeah.
I checked the manifest, and there's no record of a cat on board. Could it have been a hologram or something?
Well, can we scan? Just to make sure that it might have snuck on?
You did a scan, and you with the kind of with one success, you didn't see any cats, but you wouldn't say you were 100% sure, since there are a lot of beings, and
okay,
there
so
are pets on the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
He did a scan, but he checked the manifest, and he saw nothing.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, Commander.
I'm sorry, Giles. Please continue.
I was gonna say, maybe someone stuck one on their carry-on and it made it into the ship. Just wasn't recorded.
Perhaps the simplest measure will be to have security keep an eye out, and if they see it, apprehend it.
Apprehend a cat?
It is not meant to be on this vessel.
Well, don't you mean catch it?
That means
Apprehend is a little harsh for a cat.
It is what is wrong with using the word apprehend to find something?
If it's a cat burglar, you might have to apprehend it.
That was a good one.
I understand that joke.
I'm on a roll today. All the superstition talk got me feeling a little loose.
Well.
I have no further comments on the matter, Simon Giles.
Well, then in that case, we'll say that Seneca, you can sort of go prepare to, pilot the vessel or sort of take over as the senior flight officer. Something interesting happens, though, Seneca. When you are walking sort of down the corridor, heading to the turbo lift, there's an odd obstruction in the passage.
Have I found the cat?
You have not found the cat. What you have found is it's a kind that certainly would be on a ship like this. It's a kind of like a ladder that has been extended, that is leaning from sort of one edge of the corridor to the top edge on the other side. So kind of you could hunch under it to go down, but you can't really squeeze around it.
Computer, please beam this ladder to its proper storage location.
Unable to comply. This ladder has no storage location.
Does it look like one of our ladders?
It does look like one of the ladders, but you're not there for this. He walked out. Yeah.
Then I will take the ladder down. I'll set it on the side of the place so that if people can move unobstructed, and then I will continue on to.
You take it down and move on unobstructed.
Collapse, yeah.
All seems normal, and you can go about your duties. Later on, we'll do evens, Quincy, odds, Giles. Oh, how good, Giles. Giles. You see that there is a visitor to the ship, a rather attractive woman, age appropriate for Simon. She is in the midst of kind of she has some luggage that she's sort of trying to move.
Oh, miss, can I help you with that, please?
She's sort of human. She turns back and says, "Oh, no worries, officer. It's all very delicate. I wouldn't want to." She's kind of shuffling some things in weird ways around. I don't want to bother you, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Commander Simon Giles at your service. And...
Oh, I'm so sorry, Commander. I don't understand the pips.
they confuse me sometimes too. But
Oh.
please, it's no bother at all. Just I don't mind helping you. I've got delicate fingers.
Okay, well there it's I mean, if you're sure you don't mind, it's very, very delicate.
Oh, how delicate? Scale of 1 to delicate.
A delicate on a scale of 1 to Commander, are you you are a commander? That's what the empty one. Okay, understood. They're very delicate. Maybe I should just handle myself. And she kind of starts like awkwardly like maneuvering her case once again.
Well, how about I chaperone you to wherever you're headed? Where are you headed, by the way, Miss?
Oh, I'm just headed to my quarters here in the hotel section. I'm here for the
wonderful.
conference. I'm supposed to be sort of speaking to the Catulians about all sorts of matters and some cultural exchange, but obviously everything has to be just so, or else they're very upset. You know.
I hear you. Don't try knocking on wood.
Oh my God, I would never. In front of a Catulian?
Neither would I. I mean, but I heard it's a bad thing. I heard like spirits that come out of trees or something. But your name is. Pardon me. I'm so rude. Your name is Miss.
Oh, Google search to make sure I haven't done this again. No, I already have. Shoot, use that name. Yeah. Oh, my name's Yasmin.
Yasmin.
Yes.
Yeah. Where's that from?
Earth.
What part of Earth? It's pretty big.
Persia.
Oh, excellent, Persia.
As Philip Googles. Well, okay, well, and what's your name? She's just trying to move these cases kind of awkwardly, and you're just kind of shuffling along aside her.
Simon Giles. Please let me help you. It looks really cumbersome here. I don't
Okay, well,
mind
just be really careful. And so, Simon, at this point, would you please, my dear Simon, roll it says standard difficulty, just hit me with a fitness plus command as you try to just carefully maneuver these objects.
Oh boy. I got 1 success.
1 success.
Okay, good.
You hear everything sort of like, you hear a lot of like rattling inside these like cases. You hear like, you know, like there are stuff that's very delicately sort of packed in there and she's moving. You know how when you like have like groceries and you don't want them to tip over and so you're taking the turns real slow? It's that energy. But you manage to she sort of manages to like move these cases fairly slowly, but you get her to her room. And she goes, okay, well, thank you for your help, Commander Giles. I do appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and feel free to reach out. You know, I'm happy to help you with anything you need on the ship. Again, I am the chief engineer.
Oh, you're the chief engineer. Why are you helping people move their bags? Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. Thank you, engineer. Chief? Do they call you chief?
Sometimes, but you can call me Simon.
Okay. Well, you can call me Yasmin because that's just my name. All right. Well, I'm gonna. She moves. And and she kind of like she begins to move her cases in, but you hear this sound inside of her case, and she looks up, afraid.
Oh, what do you got in there? A bunch of eggs?
No, I hope it's not none of the pottery. And she opens the case up and looks in with this sort of surprised look, and she pulls out a hand mirror with the sort of mirrored glass sort of broken and shattered.
Oh no.
Oh, what? I don't even. That's not even. Well, wait. This... Oh, everything else is in there. This isn't even part of my collection. Oh, dear. Well, what's that mean? Oh, gosh. I need to call my assistant to make sure there wasn't some mistake in packing. And she sets down this broken mirror kind of on the end table. And she's clearly, her body language is saying, all right, guy, well, leave my room now. You know, she's going over to a comm station, etc., etc.
Okay, well, don't want to wear out my welcome, but Yasmin, it was such a pleasure meeting you today.
Yeah,
and I look forward to perhaps seeing you around the ship.
Computer. Yeah, of course. Computer. Can you contact? She starts to say the name of her assistant.
Okay, well, I'll just be going now.
She's no longer paying you any attention, but you are able to walk out of the room without any issue. Meanwhile, for our dear counselor Vale.
Yes.
You get on a turbo lift, and you notice a strange object sort of sitting, kind of like leaning against the wall of the turbo lift as you're heading up to do a session. I want you to make... Pretty good at this kind of thing. This will be a standard one. This will simply be reason and science, so 14. And I'll let you do anthropology, because it's... I'll do a stretch and say it's anthropology. Normal difficulty.
And I'm sorry, it's 2d20?
2d20, so you want anything 14 or lower, and if it's under 4, it's 2 successes.
Okay. I got a 17 and an 11.
1 success. So no benefits, but you are familiar enough. I mean, it's kind of an older thing, because now Earth they've pretty much like got the weather figured out, but you are familiar with the concept of an umbrella. Ella, A. And that's, so there's an umbrella leaning against the wall in here.
Is it closed or open?
It is closed.
I will pick it up.
Absolutely.
But I will grab it around the material, not from the handle.
Understood.
Where does it look like it's from? Is there a specific planet?
No, I mean it's a rather Earth invention, and it seems kind of just like an old-fashioned one. With the success you have, you identify it as like, oh yeah, that's that thing called an umbrella. We didn't have those on Trill. We used Schmatorkbledorks.
That's exactly right. How did you know?
Because why wouldn't I know? I'm the Starfleet Command. Starfleet Command knows everything.
So I will hold this umbrella, and I will just take it with me, intending to give it to security to take it to Lost and Found.
Understood. So you pick it up. You can take it to Lost and Found. And sure enough, when you get to Lost and Found, the ensign assigned there, they're sort of like, just like looking kind of, they've got a certain amount of, they look kind of like frazzled, and you actually see there's a lot of things that have been brought to them. They have a lot of items around them, like, counselor, can I help you?
Sorry, you seem so busy. I don't mean to add to your workload, but I actually found this in one of the turbo lifts.
Oh.
I'm not sure whose it is, so...
Okay, there's been a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's some of our guests have been leaving stuff around, but we're having a lot of reports, just weird things here.
Have you heard of anybody seeing an animal, like an earth cat or anything like that?
I mean, maybe. People have just been bringing me stuff they keep finding, even in people's quarters and things. We're not sure what's going on. It might be. I don't think it's a security breach, but something's weird. And you see, they've got they have kind of just strange items. Some of them, I guess, Counselor Quincy Vale. Let's do another anthropology for you.
Okay.
This will be the same 10 and 4. So 14 or lower is a success. 4 or lower is 2 successes.
A 7 and a 3.
Great, so that's 3 successes. Do you want to spend them all? You could spend all here. You could bank 2, or you could bank 1 and like ask an extra question to me that I will have to answer.
So if I bank 1, I can ask a question?
Yes, you could bank 1 and ask 1 question, or bank them both and ask no questions.
I would like to bank 1 and ask a question.
Great. So there's 2 momentum in the bank.
Yes.
With that, you can tell that all the items are related to like luck. There are rabbit's feet and 4-leaf clovers and
All
other
earth
sort of charms.
based.
Pretty much all earth-based. Yes.
Okay.
And they seem to be sort of arrayed, kind of like just as if people are just sort of finding things. But some of them also refer to bad luck. Some of them refer to negative sort of superstitions. And you may ask me a question now, and I will answer it.
How long have these people been on board?
They probably came on today, maybe started yesterday, but came on today.
Would I have had appointments with anyone during the time that they've been on the ship? This is not my question. This is just logistics.
Sure. Yeah, you would have seen someone while they were on the ship.
Okay, is there anyone who's mentioned any of these strange occurrences?
No
Or
one
strange
in
items?
your sessions have mentioned it.
That was my question. Never mind then.
Okay.
Okay. I will just say to the person there, thank you so much for this information. I hope your day gets better. And
thanks.
yeah. Knock on wood, right?
Wait, what? The person they pick up the umbrella and are like, kind of tap on the wooden handle, and suddenly the umbrella opens up.
Oh no!
Oh. Huh. Weird. And they sort of try to start pulling it down. As they do so, they knock various other things off on the ground. Vale, you hear a meowing sound in the corridor outside.
I will go look.
All right, as you sort of step out of the corridor, you see the wisp of a tail disappearing around kind of a passage up ahead. As you jog up after it, you look down and see an empty corridor. And on that, my friends, act break!
Ah!
Time for an advertisement. This is the second commercial, everyone. A bunch of shots of mountains and mills and smokestacks and trucks.
America was founded on liberty.
Shots of paper boys and flags and apple pie.
And that's why we all have a duty.
Shots of malt shops and rock and roll bands and kids playing hopscotch.
To never drink anything that isn't American made.
Shot of a backyard barbecue as a woman pours an icy mug of Smith beer.
So drink Smith beer, as American as freedom.
A bunch of people toast Smith beer. Fire trucks lead a parade on a crowded street. Airplanes take off.
Smith beer, as American.
Smith beer, the beer of America.
End ad.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Act 2. Act 2. Here we go. So Vale, we'll say that you, Seneca, Giles, and the captain are all sort of gathered, and she will say, "What is?"
Did I make sure to cancel my appointment with my client, because I just want to make sure that I did that.
You canceled any appointment, absolutely.
Okay.
It's so easy. You just go like that.
Okay.
But at this point, the captain is saying, okay, what is it that's going on? We're getting very strange reports all throughout the vessel.
Yes, very strange things are happening all around the vessel. The three of us, me, Simon, and Commander Senek, saw a black cat, and then I saw an umbrella from Earth, presumably in a turbolift. I saw maybe the same black cat when I went to Lost and Found. They had all sorts of different items, most seemingly from Earth, that seemed to have just appeared all around the ship.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's... All right, well, Giles, are we seeing anything strange on scanners?
No. Really? Well, I don't know. Should I,
If you'd like to do another sort of check of the ship...
I'd like to do another one, yeah, because I rolled for the cat, but nothing else.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you do... If you'd like to do a full scan of the ship, you're very good at like engines and power systems. So if you were to do those, that's going to tell you that's going to give you a much more specific picture, and it might give you more chance to get like momentum, to earn some more momentum. Or you could just do a general sort of scan of the vessel again.
Why don't I do, the power systems.
Power systems, great. So let's do, that'll be reason plus engineering 16, but 4 or lower gives you 2.
All right, so I got 1 success out of 7.
1 success. So you do notice that there are some strange power drains throughout the ship. Low levels above what typically happens when you're hosting a conference. Nothing super concerning. It's probably like within like 1.5%, but you definitely notice it when you look at it all. And it seems to have started around the time the Catulians got on board, but it seems to have kind of like been at this current level of like the ship is operating perfectly, but just every here and there just seems to be weird power fluctuation stuff getting lowered in odd places.
Everything seems to be functioning properly, but there is just an interesting power drain that has been popping up since the Cotillions got here.
There's no discernible pattern.
It seems to be pretty random. Just like really, there seems to be no order to any of it.
Have we run an analysis on any of the random items that have appeared? Could they be the source of the power drain?
Giles, I want you on that. Senek, Vale, help if you're able. If these items have somehow been beamed aboard the ship without our knowing, I certainly want to know about that because, well...
That would be a massive security risk.
The last thing we need is another security breach. The Catulians control a great number of sort of, shipping lanes and interstellar hubs, and there are a lot of colonies that cannot get any materials without the cooperation of the Catulians, and that's part of what this conference is about. We're trying to increase Starfleet's ability to connect with them, but if something's going wrong, that would be tremendously detrimental to Starfleet's efforts. All right, well, I'm going to go try to put out some of these fires, but so as she sort of leaves, at this point, you all get she'll sort of see this, and she'll get a message from Dr. Tada, who says, Captain, there's something you might need to see down here. All right, I'm on my way to sickbay, and she kind of heads off, and anyone who'd like to follow her to sickbay may do so.
I will.
I'm curious.
Yes, if this is relevant to our current situation.
All right, so you go down to sickbay, where you find. Tell you what, it's Betty Donaldson. Remember Betty?
Of course.
Dr. Betty Donaldson, she's not the chief medical officer. That is Dr. Tata, but she's one of the officers. You see that Dr. Betty Donaldson is laying in a bed, and she is kind of in a great deal of pain. Dr. Tata and various people are trying to help her, and Betty Donaldson's young child is crying on one side of the room.
I would like to go to the child.
Okay. The doctor is kind of heading over to Tata and asking what's happening. And Tata, you hear Tata saying, like total spinal fracture. She was standing right next to me. She just bent over backwards. Simon and Senek, what are you two doing?
I'd like to just kind of scan the room with a tricorder.
Excellent move. Go ahead. You can do a that would be science. I mean, you still have the science stuff. That would be a reason plus science. Senek, what are you up to?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can observe from the situation or information I can glean.
Senek, let's see things you're variously at. Give me an oof. Oh boy. Insight command. We'll go for that. No other bonuses.
4 and 17, so 1 success.
1 success. You can tell that the way all of the medical staff are, they're all at a heightened alert. They all seem like worried. Clearly whatever happened, they feel was inexplicable and it just occurred. And they're all really worried, and they have Betty in a pretty intensive care situation, and are trying to reattach her spine and things, and Tate is explaining it to the doctor.
Oh god. I will start to talk to individual crew members in the area and get their individual retellings of the
Perfect
events.
Simon, what did you roll?
I rolled. I got 2 successes, so I got 2 5s, so it wouldn't.
2 5s. So those are I know you don't get it. So that's 2 successes. Do you want to? You only need 1 success to kind of get a reading. Do you want to spend the other one to get more information, or do you want to bank it?
Let's actually spend it.
Perfect. All right. So your analysis of the room does in fact demonstrate that there appears to have been a power surge in this chamber that correlates to the amount of time ago that she had that pain. You may now ask an additional question that I will answer to the best of my ability, which apparently is how it works in this game.
Do I? And you said there's a kid crying in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything unusual that I can see about the kid?
Excellent. So, and we'll kind of that will segue nice. As far as in terms of on your machine, no, you see no weird readings on or around the kid. But Vale is talking to this child, this young lad. Go ahead, Vale.
Would I, with my prior anthropology role, know about the step on a crack, break your mother's back rhyme?
Let's say
no?
for exigency's sake, sure.
Okay. So I will be talking to the child and say, "Hi, I know that this is a really scary situation for you.
What's going on? What happened?"
You're really confused right now. I definitely know how that feels. Can I ask what was happening?
Yeah, I came in here and my mom, and I was gonna get a lollipop, and she said I couldn't replicate one, but then she said I could anyway, and then Dr. Tata said too, but she said not to drink from her jugs over there, and I said, but is it good? And then my mom said, no, you're not supposed to have that, that's only for grown-ups. And Dr. Tata said it would taste bad, but then Dr. Tata said, actually, I might like some of it, and then she tried to pour me a little. My mom said, no, don't do it, and she said, get out of here, and so I started walking out, and then my mom screamed.
You were walking out of the door?
Yeah, right there. The kid points down, and sure enough, there is a crack where the doors exit. Yeah.
Okay, well, what I want you to do is take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be okay. All right? Oh, you can breathe out. Good job. That's really good.
At this point, you hear Tata saying, "Okay, she's okay. We've reattached the spinal column."
See, everything's okay. And you know what? I think all of these medical terms might sound really scary to you, so I will calm a caretaker, because I'm sure we have one on this ship, right?
Yeah, sure.
To come and take the child.
Perfect.
Medical bay.
Tell you what. You call for that, and suddenly a goblin in a bellhop's uniform appears and says,
How can I help you?
Yes. I would like you to go ahead and take him to his quarters, entertain him, give him a lollipop. That might be nice. And I'll turn back to the kid and say, what I'd like for you to do.
The goblin's already pulling the kid away.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
What I'd like for you to do is when you walk through doors or walk anywhere, if you see a crack in the ground, just jump on over that, okay? Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Okay.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
Come on, kid. I'm supposed to take you to your room and give you a lollipop and entertain you. Do you like limericks?
He marches him out.
So can I turn to the others and say, I think there's something a lot deeper at work here.
That's an act break. Ad break. This is the third ad. All right. Oh god, get ready for all of you. The recognizable smooth rock song Freedom Shot plays over footage of smooth rock legend Winston Buford performing this super recognizable hit at a concert.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because baby, you're my freedom shot. Baby, you're my jackpot. Every time I see you, I feel cool. You're my only chance at freedom shot.
Vendome Regal presents the sounds of smooth rock.
Footage of Danielle Snowman singing Temporality on a live TV performance.
Why does temporality get me every time?
Footage of the Cat Light Band performing Foot Massage on a live TV performance.
It's no rush. Let me
give you a little foot massage.
Cut to the sounds of smooth rock on cassette or CD.
This collection features 21 smooth rock classics on either a double-length cassette or a state-of-the-art compact disc, starting at $9.99 plus shipping and handling. And you'll receive another album each month for the same price, with hits like...
Cut to Wispy Valdez singing Silk Sheet Stocking Sheet.
I need a silk stocking sheet.
Cut to the groomsmen singing Another Mimosa.
If you keep holding me closer,
I'm gonna buy you another mimosa. Hurry, these prices won't last long.
And act break. Act 3.
oh my god.
I really, some of those songs, it's no mirage. Let me give you a little foot massage. Anyway, Act 3.
Those were great.
Great. I remember that commercial. It was like, it's like those Time Life commercials for the band.
Tell me how will I live?
I've seen that commercial before.
Yeah, it's a good one. I do, and I love Wispy Valdez.
At 3 a.m.
Yeah.
After
I love.
I'd fallen asleep
The
on the
font. That $9.99 plus shipping and handling is like the font is great. Yeah. Classic font.
Well,
I want a
anyway,
tattoo in it.
Act 3. the kind of, oh, I guess we'll do one of these for Act 3. Bum 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 bum. Captain's log. The number of strange incidents since the Catulians have arrived have increased. This has led to assistance from our guests of a nature that's not entirely welcome. And we will cut to the grand concourse of the sort of conference tower, where a Catulian, whom you all met, whose name is Zelaz, is in the midst of leading a discussion and like a basically a ritual for non-Catulians, including crew members and other guests, in how to avoid bad superstitions. Basically, she's explaining Catulian methods of, now if you think that you have ill fortune, you should grant yourself, you should cross all of your fingers and toes over one another and hold them for as long as you're able. If you're able to do so for an extended period of time, you will have that amount of time times the extent of your great-great-grandmother on your father's mother's father's side. However long they lived, you will have that amount of time divided by the duration that you have held. That's how much good luck you will have for a time. But certain kinds of superstitions can supersede this, of course. So she's kind of just going on and on.
I do have a question about our ancestors. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, Vale, you're doing it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I'm trying to honor, she's starting to feel that something's going amiss.
Sure.
I do have a question. I do have several different ancestors, considering my symbiont has been passed on through different lineages. So would it be my current lineage, or would it be my first one, or my previous host's? What was it? Grandmother's grandfather?
Yes. Oh, that's a very interesting question in your case. It is probably why the Trills are so doomed to a superstitious terror. Senek and Giles, what are the two of you up to? Are you? We'll say that you're both here, either seeing this or participating if you so chose.
I'm tricordering, just all over the place.
Tell you what, Simon Giles, I love that. And Senek, what are you up to?
I'm just trying to, I guess, like, run programs at this point to see if there are any, like, run like intense like programs, like any patterns whatsoever to like the way this is happening.
Perfect. Okay, then let's have the two of you work together. And I believe actually, oh, and by the way, just a reminder, Zane, you have technical expertise, so whenever you're doing ship computers or sensors, you can re-roll a d20. If you're being assisted by them, which at this point you should be. And then Dan, I believe you have that collaboration thing, right? Oh, it's for Con. Never mind. Okay, not as telling here. Okay, so Senek, how about you give us a reason and engineering? Simon Giles, why don't you give us also reason engineering, but I'm going to add a die to assist you with that. And because Simon is helping, I'm actually going to say you're both being assisted by the computer. So Giles, I've rolled a 7 for yours, so that's 1 success. Senek, what is your target number?
My target number for reason and engineering is 14.
I rolled literally a 14, so you have an extra success provided you rolled at least 1.
I have also rolled a 7 and a 9, so that is a total of 3 successes. For my endeavor.
Okay, Simon?
I got a 12, so that's a success, and I got a 2, which is
2. Actually, in this case, it's just 1 success because it's not. This is not your area. Oh no, you're doing power systems, though, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna say that's 4 successes for you, and 3 for him, which is a total extra of 5. You can only put 4 in. So at least one of you should spend one of yours to get an additional information thing. Because you guys are kind of working together, but you're doing sort of 2 separate projects here.
I'll spend all of mine.
You'll spend all of yours on what's going on here. Okay, cool. Do you wanna bank any of yours, or do you wanna try to spend all yours, Simon? You could bank 3 of them and still get some extra info.
I'll just do 3.
Okay,
and
cool.
save 1.
All right, cool. So, so you guys are pretty good on momentum now. So remember, you can always spend it before rolls. Simon, you very confidently have mapped power surges to moments where weird luck, strange luck things have occurred. You are also managing to identify which power systems are being used. Largely, it has been replicators on a few occasions. And in fact, we were also, you were going to do some analysis of these items. Some of them have been replicated. The transporters have also been used a lot. The teleporters are being used to put things places. And I'm going to say, with the roll you made, you think that Dr. Donaldson's back was broken by a teleporter. Lieutenant Commander Senek, your analysis indicates that the ship computers have been compromised. You are very confident of that point. But given what has happened to you previously, you are not sure if this is a new thing or an old one. And of course your mind goes to, are the Lampathirs somehow responsible for this?
Of course.
I will say that I'll also throw on this for because of who you are and what you know, and since you spent extra stuff. You do not believe that there is a telepathic component to what's happening on the ship. You believe everything is material. You don't believe anyone's minds are being tampered with.
Okay. Yeah, obviously I'm sharing the information I have learned.
Okay, so we'll actually say, as Vale is kind of chatting with Zelaz and the other sort of Catulians, we'll say that you can sort of consult the captain and Commander Whitney, who's, just like, this is ridiculous.
Not right.
It's not right what's happening. I've been, all my lucky charms, they're not working, but whatever.
He's kind of, freaking out. But as you guys are on the way to brief the captain, Simon, you see Yasmin. She's in the middle of, she's kind of in the middle of a corridor, and she's leaned against the wall, panting.
Oh, Yasmin, fancy seeing you here. What? Are you okay?
She looks at you, and you see there's like blood coming down her head, and she's got like a gash on her arm.
Oh my gosh! I rushed to provide medical assistance.
All right. She sort of half turns to you, and then like slips, and falls on the ground. The wind knocked out of her.
Oh. And who's around? Is it just?
I'll say it's just
Senek?
you. Senek has already gone to speak to Senek, speaking to the captain and Whitney.
Giles to medical bay. I have a medical emergency.
Unless it's a high priority, we can't see them right now. We've got a lot of very serious injuries. It's been an unlucky day on the ship.
I'll assess and get back to you.
Simon. So why don't you give me a reason and medicine as you do a little looky over situation.
2 successes.
2 successes. Were either of them just a success as a 13?
No.
Okay, well that's fine. She does not. She appears to be like injured, and she appears to have multiple minor injuries around her body, but she is not like severely injured.
And where is she located? Near her room? Or
No,
just
this
randomly?
is a corridor like much closer to the main concourse.
Oh, okay. Yasmin, what happened? You appear to be okay, but we've got to get you stabilized.
I'm fine, just
I shouldn't. I guess I broke a mirror. Is it gonna be like this for 7 years? She starts crying.
The mirror. No, Yasmin, it's not going to be like this for 7 years. We're going to fix this, I promise you.
Simon, it's so interesting. As you're leaning over her, your tricorder, like, slips out of your belt and is falling right down onto her face. If you'd like to try to catch it, give me a fitness and command. You can spend momentum if you'd like.
I'd like to spend 1 momentum.
Okay. Give yourself an extra thing. You're trying to get an 11 here, so roll 3 d20s. You spent 1 momentum.
I got two 10s, 2 successes.
2 successes. Do you want to bank that one, or do you want to spend it and have this go really well?
He's a ladies' man. Let's spend it.
Okay, so yeah, Simon, as your tricorder like falls out, and you do one of those things where you reach out for it and like you don't grab it, you kind of like tip it up, and you just kind of like and tip it and kind of then just like very smoothly like put it back into, you secure it very tightly in the thing, and she kind of looks up and goes, I was sure that was gonna hit me.
See? I told you it was going to be okay.
Okay, yeah, maybe you can help me get back to my room.
Absolutely.
Okay. She you help her up, and she just goes, oh my god. Nothing, I think my period's about to start. So with that, Senec, you were talking to the captain and Whitney.
Yes. And I'm informing them of everything we've learned so far.
The captain says, to be perfectly honest, if the ship's systems are so compromised, I'd even be concerned attempting to evacuate the vessel if it means the vessel were capable of hampering those efforts.
I agree. It does not seem like a prudent measure at the time.
All right. God. All right. Fine. We need to get this system shipped. Where the hell is Giles? Giles, you've gotten her back to the room. And she says, "Thank you very much. I'm just gonna lay on the floor and hope that nothing falls on me."
Well, if anything does, you know who to call.
Yeah, if the comms don't cut out, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome, Yasmin.
She just like sits down on the ground, grips her stomach, and just kind of falls to the side.
I'll be back to check on you, I promise.
Thank you.
And then Giles runs.
The captain is like, Commander Giles, where are you?
On my way, Captain. I had to save a lady in distress.
Okay, now is not the time for your weird... Never. Just get here, Chief. And sure enough, Simon, you make it there. Vale, we're going to cut back to you speaking with Zelaz. And Zelaz says, I just am concerned that there is so much bad luck aboard this vessel. I really wish you hadn't knocked on that wood.
Well, I do apologize for that. It was just showing Grim an example of a superstitious action. Is that what caused all of this?
Oh, yes. You've unleashed dark spirits. Perhaps it's so many Catulians nearby. The dark spirits that dwell near us must have infested your wood like the termites of Earth. and you've awoken them, boring through the wooden A-frames of your ship.
But there's not much wood here. Is that a matter of figure of speech? Are these literal things that are here, or are they non-corporeal?
I was mixing metaphors a bit, but yes, there are non-corporeal spirits who must have been present given our proximity and sensed your violation of the natural order. I believe you were tapping on wood, which again, it is so upsetting to think that is good luck somewhere.
Well, and she's like crossing all of her fingers and toes.
Yeah.
Is it double if I cross these, anyway, is there something we can do to cleanse?
No, because it is an odd numbered day. It is we can't even leave. We would love to leave, but we can't leave until tomorrow because it's an odd numbered day and that's unlucky to travel.
I didn't catch it on the captain's log. Is it the 13th of some month?
Sure.
Oh, you didn't think of that. Are you upset about that now?
I don't care. It is now.
Okay, so will this end tomorrow?
Oh, no. No. It won't end until the dark spirits have done their worst. There's just too many of them now. Can't you see? And she just points to the wall. See how the shadows are cascading? Oh, it's bad time.
Do I?
No, you don't.
Okay.
No roll required. It's nothing.
I'm sorry. I don't. But I would. People are getting hurt.
I know.
And
of course they are. Because so many of you knocked on wood. Vale, at this point you receive a message from the captain saying, Counselor, are you available at this time? Or have you fallen down any empty turbolift shafts?
No, I'm okay at the moment. I will be there.
Thank you.
Shortly. And she waddles away because her toes are crossed.
All right, so we'll do. I will actually include Senek in this as a possible entity, even though he's sort of elsewhere. I'll do that like that. Simon, as you make your way back to the corridor, you notice there is a black cat standing just outside the captain, like the conference room, as you're about to enter.
Hey, kitty. Shoo.
It stares at you as you say shoo.
Shoo.
It looks at you and then takes a couple of steps kind of to the side of the corridor and just never breaking eye contact with you, just walks straight across it. One side of the corridor to the other. And then looks at you and gives you a little... At which point, the bulkhead above your head snaps off and begins to fall down. I need you to roll a fitness and probably command to try to leap free.
I'd like to spend a momentum, please.
Momentum spent. 3. You only need 1 success to sort of get free.
Oh, I got 3 successes, baby.
So, okay. So then, well, if you want to spend 1, you can determine where you jump to.
Oh, you mean out of my 3 that I got? Or spend one of the momentum?
Well, so you've got a 3, so you'll spend... Your 1 counts towards a thing. You have 2 extra. If you want to spend at least 1 of those, I will let you determine where you get out of the way. Like, if you jump ahead, behind, to the side, whatever you want. If you... Really, that's the... I would at least bank 1. Or you could bank 2 and just jump out wherever you are.
I would say that I'll use 1 and I'll jump toward the door of the conference room so I can get in.
Understood. So you sort of leap forward towards the door of the conference room. You even leap sort of over the cat as the bulkhead crashes. And Vale, you hear a crash up ahead as you were coming through the thing, and the cat just looks up at you Giles kind of disappears under the wreckage. Vale, you suddenly come around the corner. You see Giles standing there. Probably, he's like right outside the conference room. There's a ruined kind of like ceiling, kind of like implements, like part of this corridor basically collapsed.
Simon, are you okay?
Freaking black cat.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of bad omens around here. By the way, your mom isn't by any chance on board. If she is, please don't step on any cracks. Anyway, I'll navigate my way.
As you begin to cross around it, that seems like a good time for an act break. A kid is playing chess with a bunch of grandmasters.
This youngster doesn't have what it takes to defeat any of us, let alone all of us. Check.
The kid pulls out a Eureka bar and takes a bite.
You haven't had a good idea until you've had a Eureka bar.
The Eureka jingle plays. Eureka!
Let's do this!
The kid starts moving through the chamber, putting everybody in checkmate.
Checkmate! 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 Checkmate!
But what?
Kid looks at camera, holding up the Eureka bar as the Eureka jingle plays. Eureka!
Where do I get one of those?
Eureka bar. The best chocolatey, nougaty, orangey, nutty, crunchy idea you've ever had.
The Eureka jingle plays one last time. Eureka! End commercials. I'm hungry for a Eureka bar. All right, Act 4. At this time, slowly but surely, there's going to just be less Star Trek, and it's just a commercials. The session is just a bunch of commercials.
Who would love that?
We live for it.
In the conference room, I'll cut to sort of the chase here. Basically, as you all have reported on what's going on, there do seem to be two different explanations or sort of like possible causes for this. Vale, you shared, I assume, Vale, you shared what Zelaz said. So Whitney is saying,
that's our security breach. There's some sort of non-corporeal things. They've infested our systems, our computers. These Catulians got some sort of some alien entities are inborn. They're messing with probability. They're using the systems to sort of play up old superstitions.
Captain,
yes.
I have a question.
Why are you doing that?
Because they said it might help. I don't know. Weird things are happening, and they said that this was luck. Okay, I will stop. Would this potentially be a first contact situation? I think that this might be something that we should consider, and I will look to, what's his name that you just said?
Whitney?
Whitney. It's something that we should consider when we engage with these beings.
Whitney's like, first contact. They've made the first move by breaking Betty Donaldson's back and harming a lot of other people.
Yes, and we don't want to cause any more conflict.
Captain
than
says, thank you,
already
Commander.
exists."
Yes. We're not even sure that that's what this is. Lieutenant Commander Senek, I believe, has a different theory.
Well, this is I do know the theory, but perhaps would it be possible to either send an electrical impulse throughout these systems to, if there is any foreign being of which we're currently unfamiliar hiding in the systems, flush it out, or perhaps use an algorithm to simulate some of these power displacements so that we can control them?
Commander, she turns to Giles.
Well, whatever it is, it appears it's in all of our power systems, the majority at least, in the replicators, the transporters, the teleporters, and there's a reduction in power every time one of these instances occurs. And I'm wondering if we might purge the temporary memory banks and reboot the computer, and it might kick the virus out.
Whitney's like, full system reset.
Full system reset.
He kind of looks at the captain and says, if it's something in the computer systems, that'll fix it. And if it's not, that leaves us totally vulnerable. What do you all think? What is the most likely source of this? Because we don't want to remove all of the protection this ship provides us if this is coming from not within those systems.
Well, it seems to be a sort of call and response. Everything that has happened has been because someone has done something, like knocking on wood or stepping on a crack.
Well, there is the instances of the cat. The cat is something that has been it is something that has exerted more agency. Whereas stepping on a crack is something one does. The cat is acting.
So you think we need to find the cat before we take any measures?
I think yes.
Who was the last one to see him?
I just saw it right outside of the conference room door. That's why the bulkhead fell.
You mean when the bulkhead fell? All right. Giles, I want you to prepare to do a full system reset. But I do think it might be prudent for us to find this cat before we do so. It might give us more insight into what it is we're dealing with. Let's just hope that our luck holds out until then. Whitney says, sounds good, let's get hunting. I'm gonna ask Tater if she'll sort of team up with me to hunt the cat.
Whitney, we are not hunting it. We are containing the cat safely.
We literally need to apprehend this cat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Let's
Commander.
not hurt it. Bad things could
If
potentially
this cat
happen.
is making bulkheads fall, and children step on cracks and break their mother's back, and my lucky charms no longer function when I play cards, no. We might need to hurt this cat.
And imagine what would happen if you killed it.
I'm not going to kill it. I am very
Or
delicate
hurt it.
hands.
Whitney,
Just for the love of... all right, fine. You know what?
trap it.
I'm going to go trap it. We're breaking into teams. I'm going to go work with Tater. You guys can do it together yourselves.
Okay.
He just walks off.
Giles, Cynic, shall we?
Vale, I want you to make an insight, and it's your medicine, so insight medicine 15, and this will be psychology.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 19 and a 5.
The 5, that's one success.
Okay.
So with that, you think that he just wants to hang out with Tata. They have a weird vibe going on, those two, Whitney and Tata. There's something weird. There's a weird energy there, because she's
Like
so
a good weird or a bad weird?
she's so swashbuckler, and he's so like, oh, I killed people in the war, and there's basically you really think they're gonna bone at some point.
I'm so tortured. The things I've done.
I better put on... Hold on.
Good night.
I better put on some smooth rock to calm down. Come a little closer. Let me buy you another mimosa.
Love that jam.
This is an old Earth track from the 1900s.
Okay, so basically he'll go off with Tata, and the three of you can go look for this darn cat. Giles, for you to do a full system reset, you actually, you can prepare for it, but, like that's like a... With your focus and such in power systems, that's something you can simply do when you decide to kind of, restart the computer. How do you guys want to proceed? What do you want to do?
Can I do a tricorder reading on the last place that I saw the cat scurrying away and see if there's any vestige of
Absolutely. Make another roll. For this one, this is going to be you're not using the ship computers, but I think there is something tricorders give you. Hold on. But this will be science and reason for sure. Yeah.
That is 2 successes. I'm finally rolling.
2 successes. Do you want to use both of them now, or do you want to? You'll get you can ask an extra question, or you can bank one.
When you say ask an extra question,
I haven't explained that well to you guys. Yes, when it's called obtain information, and it's a way you can immediately expend a momentum that you just got. And basically it means you just get to ask me something about the situation. You get to ask any question of follow-up, and like once we find one I can answer, you'll get that information sort of for free from it.
Okay, I'll do the question.
Okay, cool. So, with a scan, there's something strange going on. You do not find a record of that cat. But the area does seem to have like less information, as if you suspect that the cat's presence is being like scrubbed from sort of like records and the ship. Like things are being, and so like you're using a tricorder, so you're getting more of that. Like if you were using the ship computers, you wouldn't find anything, but for this you're kind of getting like the absence of space. But we'll say the tricorder picks up 1 or 2 cat hairs, so you're like, it was definitely here. But it seems to be moving unobserved by the ship.
I get to ask my question first.
Ask your question. Yes, you do.
I would say, is there anywhere that I can I correlate? Am I able to pick up like right before one of those power surge happens and try to find the location, perhaps? Is there any type of thing that happens in the power system prior to...
I will say, here's the answer to this as you sort of cross-reference. The cat is not always present when these things happen. You do not find the strange kind of absence of intel that would begin to think indicates the cat is there. It's not all the time, but it's a lot of the time. So the cat definitely is connected to what's going on in a bigger ticket way. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess. Well, I don't know if the question was: is there any way to tell when and where a power surge
is going to happen?
Place?
Yeah. Yes, you could attempt that. That'll be a difficulty 2 or 3. Okay. But you can try that in a second. Yes, Vale.
When we were running the scans, you were saying that it was being deleted. Like, are these reports from people on the ship that their reports had Black Cat in it and it was being scrubbed?
It's some of that. I think it's more that Giles just analyzed and says, wait, these weird readings that seem like too blank, I'm finding these all over the ship. This is where the cat, he's like, here's times where the cat was there because this room is like too clean, or like the sensor, okay. there's like no standard stuff. It's so like
there's sensor readings, not like logs or anything.
Sensor readings. There are logs of people seeing the cat, but those don't, there's like, it's kind of all over the place. It's too chaotic. Honestly, okay. You know what? What's making this hard is that the person who'd be in charge of doing that, like bit the inside of their mouth really bad and just is no help to anyone. Somehow they bit their mouth. Bad luck. Bad news. So Giles, you do think you could set that up. Senek, do you have any thoughts on how you would seek out this cat?
I mean, we can follow if there is the lack of data, or like we can find there is a lack of information where the cat is. We can just use the tricorder to follow that tunnel of absence.
Okay, certainly would be a thing to make sense. So, you'll try to follow the tunnel of absence. Giles, you will try to sort of determine, is there a way to anticipate power surges or see like a flicker beforehand?
Vale. Is there if if we were to pull it up on like a map or something, is there a pattern of the
Giles
occurrences that we can find?
Giles has indicated there doesn't like he's shown you. Yeah, we'll say it's shown you. There doesn't seem to be a clear pattern. The cat seems to be just moving around, and as do these various like problems. There is one other. Well, yeah. Okay, that's what you guys have for now. So Senec, you are going to sort of analyze the cat's location.
Yes.
I think we'd call this God.
I don't think that's God.
It is not God. I would call this probably. Let's do Insight Command on this one.
Okay, insight.
And I'm also sorry, I don't know that you'll have a single con roll today, given what's going on.
That's fine. That's
Just
okay.
a
I don't
shame.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to do a con.
Oh, you know what? No. I picked Insight. No, do Control Command. This is more control. You're like
Okay.
being very focused. You're being, yeah.
4 and 3.
Wow.
Oh wait, never mind. No, wait, that's a 19. It flipped over at the last
gotcha.
second.
So one success.
So what's it up?
Yeah, so you manage to, like, you kind of take the tricorder from Giles and you're following, and you're kind of doing some real, like, slow, like, you'll go down a quarter and then turn, and occasionally you do a thing where you come to a point and you're like, it crossed back over this way from here, but, so you're kind of doing a slow process of trying to follow in its footsteps, but I will say that you begin to think, based on what Giles has sort of discovered about how to do it and he's shown you, you are following the cat well. Giles will say you're now on the data pad. You're trying to analyze a way to predict where the cat's going to be. I would love for you to roll me, because you're trying to predict a thing, this is, it's probably not your best thing, but let's make this be an insight science, or an insight engineering. But I'm going to assist you with the shift computer so you can reroll one die here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to re-roll one die.
Okay. Well, you might want to reroll this one because I just rolled a 20.
Oh. It was... Well, I had an 18, so...
Well, you should reroll this one because that's a complication.
Oh, okay, yes. Do that one.
A 14. So what is your target for this?
My target is 13, and I got one success, so I got a 3.
One success and no... Okay, cool. No complications. So you notice that you will have almost no warning before one happens. But the way to tell is to actually look at... You've kind of been looking at Sirius systems. The way to really tell what's going on is you have to look at all of the, like, random entertainment auxiliary systems. That's where the power's first getting drawn out of, places no one would notice. So once you turn your attention to the, like, least likely systems, that's when you begin to see these little alterations that seem to be happening in a more sort of, like, intentional way.
I communicate that to the group. We've got to look where we least expect it. In the entertainment systems. The Nintendo entertainment systems.
Did we have enough money to write that name in?
It's not entertainment's one example of the system. It's all the, like, low power auxiliary ones. You get it. There's no money in the future. What are you talking about? But sure enough, Giles, you begin to see those spikes and be like, aha, something's going to happen somewhere on the ship. And then as you look at your data pad, sure enough, something just happened. So-and-so ensign just tumbled down the stairs. So-and-so ensign just won a card game they shouldn't have won, et cetera, et cetera.
Can I just do like an all hands, like in any of those areas, keep an eye out?
Sure.
Okay. All right. All hands. Keep an eye out for a black cat, especially if you're in whatever those areas are that you should be in.
Perfect. We'll say, we'll say you get a call from Whitney and says, I've got eyes on it. And he's like, you hear like he's like running. You told him where to be, and he made his way there, and he's rushing after the cat.
We
Shall we
have
go?
to make sure that he doesn't kill it.
Or should he?
No. Can you
Let's
imagine?
converge on his location as quickly as possible.
Good idea.
Can we teleport there?
You can do emergency teleport for sure.
bad idea.
Well,
Go
I'm
for it,
gonna do
Vale.
it.
Vale,
I will.
emergency 3 to teleport. All right, so the 3 of you, you find yourselves teleporting.
Oh, no.
You guys are here. You find yourselves teleporting. Here.
Oh, I thought you were going to put us in space.
The end campaign. No, the three of you find yourselves teleporting, kind of like into one of these sort of like some of like the just kind of like general kind of like systems rooms. You see that he's like running like full bore behind him. Tata is like limping after him. And she's like, "My foot just fell asleep. It's the damnedest thing." And the three of you are there, and he's like running around a corner.
Do I recall any ways to, like, what would summon a black cat in?
I would say you don't know of any ways to summon a black cat, because I'm unfamiliar of ways to summon a black cat.
Same. Can I just say, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty," and I'll be like, "Yo."
So I just to clarify this, you guys have like teleported into kind of like some kind of like, you know, engineering type chamber, lots of transformers and powers and sci-fi nonsense. Like Tate is like moving. Whitney is maybe 10, 15 meters ahead of you, like rounding a corner at full speed.
So it's very.
Let's spread out.
I will.
So
sprint
you're
toward-
going to go after him. Senek, you're going to go in a different direction to kind of cover your bases. And Giles, what are you doing?
Yeah, like flank. Do a
Flank,
flanking
perfect. Giles, what are you doing?
Giles is going to take his shirt off to see if he can throw his uniform onto the cat.
All right. Giles takes his shirt off. Okay, so here's what I need. I need all three of you to roll me a d13.
Is this because Zane took his shirt off?
No?
9.
9.
6.
6. 2. All right. Now I should roll a d13. 9, 6, and 2. Okay. So, I've rolled 3. So, Vale. So that means bad luck for evens, good luck for odds. So, Vale, you go running around the corner, after, not necessarily for you, but basically you sort of run around the corner, and as you're like doing this, you see Whitney like leaping kind of like towards a wall, or he's like stumbling, and a turbo lift door opens. Like an empty turbo lift thing opens, and he sees the shaft, and he goes, "Good Lord!" And he sort of falls through that. Giles, you try to take your shirt off. You're trying to whip it off so fast that it gets stuck around your head, and it's like flopping in a weird way. In addition, you inadvertently calm Yasmin for like a video connection. So she just sees this like weird, like warped, hollow image of your like hairy torso, you know, just like tangled up. Yeah.
Is Giles know that's happening, or is that just he has no clue?
You do. You know it's happening because that's worse. You hear her voice, being like, "Commander, is everything okay? I'm so lonely right now. This is bad."
I just say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Yeah. Are you? Is this? Wait. Why are you showing me your naked torso?
It's not what you think. We're trying to catch the cat.
Okay. What cat?
The
Oh my god, the replicators are breaking. I want a painkiller. So anyway, as Vale sees Whitney go down a turbo lift, Giles chats with Yasmin, like a classy guy. Senek, you sort of run a flanking position, and you see a black cat sort of like stop right as you get in front of it.
I'm gonna try and grab it.
It's sort of you kind of like rush towards it. It kind of like, you know, like hops up onto a wall, kind of like you're still getting close. But as you get closer, it sort of, kind of looks at you and just goes, "Oh, Commander Senek, it's nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you." Act break!
New York
Commercial.
Secrets?
Yep, New York Secrets. Footage of New York from the film New York Secrets begins to play.
This holiday season, take a trip to New York for a film like none other.
Shot of Nick Cage and Gene Hackman riding on the subway, suddenly looking up and seeming very surprised, like they saw a secret.
New York Secrets.
Shot of Penelope Ann Miller running down an alley.
Oh God! Oh God!
Reveals she's being chased by a rhino with cybernetic enhancements.
Target to quiet.
A film with action.
Cut to Steve Martin falling into a giant pile of leaves in Central Park while Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Christina Ricci, Macaulay Culkin, Mara Wilson, Gabby Hoffman, and the Olsen twins laugh at him.
This you think is funny?
And family fun.
Cut to Sharon Stone making out with Bruce Willis, who turns around and starts making out with Linda Fiorentino, who turns around and starts making out with Michael Douglas, who turns around and throws 2 handfuls of money at Sherilyn Fenn.
And erotic thrills.
Cut to the streets of New York City, 1895, where Harrison Ford and Tom Cruise are wearing old-fashioned clothing and are in a horse and buggy chase with a bunch of zombies wearing old-fashioned police uniforms.
And historical action.
So you're saying this city was founded by the undead?
I'm saying we gotta go faster.
You're driving a thing. Cut to a trendy publishing company where Michelle Pfeiffer and Sandra Bullock are looking at architecture plans.
So you're saying that the architect I fell in love with?
Is my son. With the architect I fell in love with, who you brought here from the future?
And non-erotic romance. Oh, sorry, that's yours.
Wow. And non-erotic romance. And also mystery.
Cut to Al Pacino in a records office going through tons of files.
It's all here. It's all here. The city is full of secrets.
New York Secrets.
The final card comes up, listing the cast in incredibly small print.
A film by Rob Reiner.
New York Secrets. It's a good movie.
Brilliant, beautiful, amazing.
All
You
right.
can see that.
Anyway, Senek the cat says I've been heard so much about you.
Who are you? What are you?
I'm a cat.
As far as I'm aware, cats do not have the capacity for speech.
Oh, well. Lampavir cats are a little more impressive.
How did you get on board?
Wasn't too hard, really, when you know the back doors.
Is your intention here to cause mischief?
No. Our intention is much clearer, but... Oh, Commander Senek, we like you. You interest us. We thought we'd be a bit more... It kind of leaps down and kind of just stares up at you. We thought we'd be a bit more subtle, rather than murder a bunch of poor Catulians to prevent a trade agreement with the Federation. We thought we'd simply try to make things awkward. But you're just so dogged, aren't you? And I would hate dogged people being a cat.
I understand the joke you were trying to make, but I will say, it does seem that usually the simplest solution is the most effective.
Just so. Well, that
You may have tried to get a little too fancy.
No. Simple solutions show a lack of creativity.
In any event, I think the damage is done. Seeing so much bad fortune, so many superstitions violated, the Catulians will be most unlikely to engage in further talks with your Federation, wouldn't you think?
I cannot speak for what they may or may not do. Do I what do I like? What do I have? I don't have any like equipment on me, I guess.
Well, you can have your phaser on you, certainly.
Yeah, I'll pull out my phaser.
Oh, all right, well, if you must.
The cat kind of just like raises its neck.
I'll have 8 more, I'll be fine.
The phaser's set to stun, so I try and stun the cat.
Understood. Go ahead and make a shot with a phaser. It is, you're going to get a bonus. Actually, with the seeing that you're seeing that you're aiming and preparing to fire, the cat does in fact and leap away. So go ahead and make a shot. To do this, it is daring and command for a phaser shot.
Okay. Can I spend momentum to gain an extra die?
You can. Want one more?
I'll take one more, yeah.
All right. The cat is going to try to get out of here.
So my target is is it 11?
Oh, dang. Okay.
I rolled a 10, a 5, and a 1.
Ooh, that's 4. I don't think the cat will beat that. No, the cat rolls 3 successes, but 4 beats the 3. So you do manage to hit the cat. Now the cat doesn't really have much stuff. So let me look up your phaser. What is your phaser's? Your phaser type 2 is 3 plus 2. So I'm actually gonna roll because it's the specialty dice. So I'm gonna roll this, but I want you to tell me which one to not roll.
The one that doesn't have the Star Trek icon facing me.
This one? This one.
No. Yeah.
Do any of your talents involve like weapons or anything?
Nope.
And you get 3 plus 2?
3 plus 2.
Okay, so all you gotta do is roll, you gotta roll 2 total here to get this darn cat. Unfortunately, you roll 0 because the Federation icons are called effects. And you only get to use those if you have a feature that turns effects into things.
Wait, does the plus 2 add into that, or
you had 2, so you needed 4 total.
Got
So all you needed to do was roll. So the way these dice are, there's a 1, a 2, and then 2 blank sides, and then these 2 sides. And if you roll, for example, like Whitney, he gets to count those. Like martial people get things for those. But you take a shot. The cat is kind of winged, but manages to disappear behind some sort of thing. We're now going to cut over to Vale.
Yes.
This is moments before. Your guy fell down a shaft. Remember?
Yes.
Whitney fell down the shaft. What are you doing? You see him disappear. He goes, he falls through the thing. What are you up to?
Did the door close behind him?
No, it did not.
I will look. And there was not a lift there, right? He just fell? Or I don't know.
It seems like he fell. Okay, you run over there. I'm going to roll for him. Yeesh. He's hanging on, but out of your reach. He's down below, He looks really tired. He's hanging onto it by his fingertips.
I will look over and say, Whitney, can you climb up? Well, I assume that you would have done that if you could have. I would lift you up, but I don't think I can, and then both of us would fall. And can I call security?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Security, there's an emergency on turbo lift. Whatever, I need assistance.
That's fine. Do you want to do the thing you already just did?
What did I do?
Like literally the last thing you did, last act before New York Secrets. Remember? Hey, literally how you got you guys here.
Teleport. I forget things.
You're good.
Sometimes. I will. Never mind. Security, cancel that. 2 to teleport to where.
Understood.
Like 2 feet away from where I am.
I think
was doing this, and I was like, we weren't dancing.
they'll take you to sick bay if you're doing that, or you can say transport him, emergency transport Commander Whitney to sick bay if you want to do that.
Yes. Oh, just him. Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
So he disappears. Giles, we'll say by now you've got your shirt off. Senec, what are you doing? The cat disappeared into down a corridor. You chasing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Rush around. Make. How do you look in this game? Give me a. Also, it's you're just give me a reason command.
Reason command.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a glance around thing.
That's 2 failures. Double 17.
Unfortunately, you do not see the cat. I'll tell you what, though. If you'd like to, you can take a shot in the dark. If you just want to fire down the corridor, you can take a shot in the dark. It's daring plus... No, shoot. It's not daring. Daring's... I had you roll... It didn't matter. You succeeded on everything last time, right?
Yeah.
Daring is for melee. It's control for... It's control for the phasers.
Okay.
Control command? I don't know.
Control
Kern
security.
says control security.
Obviously it's control security. Okay, give me a control security, but the
I'll
cat...
spend a momentum.
You can spend a momentum on it, but the cat is going to get some bonus momentum for being you'll have to exceed it by a lot because it's you're shooting in the dark. What do you got?
16, 9, and 20.
So 1 success, but a complication.
Yeah.
Okay. And it gets a 4th. Okay, you do not exceed its sort of getting the heck out of the way.
I'm shocked.
So you take the shot down the thing, but your errant blast does spring a coolant leak. We'll say for insult to injury, you see the shadow of the cat disappear in an instant when it's illuminated in a red thing. You see it passing through a fog cloud, but at this point there's a coolant leak and alerts are going off. And Tate is like, my foot is still asleep. And she's like, Giles, why did you take your shirt off? And from inside your shirt,
I'm gonna hit my comm badge, and I will say, attention all senior staff and security. Do average the regular security officers know about the Lampavir at this point?
Oof, that's a really good question. I'll say sure. I'll say that was such a big attack. The idea that it's this unidentified species, that seems reasonable.
Then I'll go, attention all senior staff and security officers. This is Lieutenant Commander Senec. I have identified the cat as a Lampavir cat. And I'll try and see if I can go around and keep going after it.
At this point, I will actually say that either you or someone this, you can sort of try to follow up it because its thing was cut off by this coolant leak. Someone needs to fix that.
Yes.
And in fact, we'll probably sort of end this scene, and we'll cut to a senior staff meeting. The captain will sort of say, "It is a Lampavir cat." And it
Yes, it spoke to me.
Spoke English.
Yes. Well, assuming the universal translator was working, I do not know what language it was speaking, but it was speaking the language that the universal translator was able to pick up.
Counselor, I hate to ask such delicate questions in front of people involved, but is Senec all right, as far as you can tell?
As As far as I can tell, he is completely mentally competent and not compromised.
All right. And Mr. Giles, ever since you reset the ship systems, that seems to have solved these problems, correct?
Did I ever reset the ship systems?
Yeah, we're hand waving that. Yeah.
And did it solve the problems?
So sorry. Yes.
Yes. Tell you what, though, let's make a roll of analysis.
Oh no!
You'll get an assist from the ship, and give me reason and engineering, and it's 4 or under gives you 2 because it's power systems. And the ship rolled a 1,
And I got 2 successes.
so you have 4 successes. You want to just spend them all?
What would spending them all do?
I don't know. You'll just really tell her, or you can bank 3 of them, or bank less than 3.
I'd like to bank 2 of them.
All right.
Will they carry over?
No. So you bank 2, and you very much are able to. You very confidently, kind of with like the extra stuff. You have seen no further strange fluctuations like that. And though you would probably recommend like to do like a pretty serious like security update, whatever program you guys want to install, not McAfee, but like you definitely you feel that problem has been ended. Obviously there are security breaches possible. These Lampavir can get in, but they seem to have not stuck around.
I say, we seem to have cleared the problem out, Captain, but I think we may be vulnerable for future attacks. We've got to prepare.
They seem so fixated on us, on this ship, this crew. Other ships have not been reporting any encounters with these beings.
Maybe they just haven't realized that any malfunctions are them.
That's what I'm afraid of. Oh, Giles, one other thing I'll mention. Shortly after the cat shenanigans was happening, one of we'll just say a shuttle, like a Type 2 shuttle, just like left the ship. Like the cat flew away on a shuttle. It escaped in the tumult.
The cat flew away.
Can you clarify how?
The cat appears to have escaped the ship by eloping in one of our shuttles.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you had told me that already. Thanks for repeating it, though. It is always good to hear you explain it, Simon. We appreciate it.
Cat flew away.
Yeah, that's
like I said.
Whitney says,
Good riddance to it. It's a shame they don't make lucky cat spores, or I would have cut it off and kept that for luck, except I fell down a turbo lift.
Wait, are we wrapping up? Because I have a really good closing line.
Go for it.
Well, let's just hope that the cat doesn't come back.
Knock on wood.
Now that's a closing line.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And now, as the screen goes to... So I won't even do an act break here, but as the screen goes to the side, final commercial plays. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. So, all right. You're a rich man in this one, Lauren.
Oh.
And Dan said he could do French. So,
Oui.
a rich man in the back seat of a Rolls Royce is enjoying a fine dinner full of tons of fine French dishes. He sighs in delight. Another Rolls Royce pulls up next to him, and a richer man rolls down the window.
Pardon me, do you have any pêche à l'anguille?
What?
Pêche à l'anguille, France's finest food. Delicious peaches stewed in eels.
Wait. What? That's not a thing.
Of course it is. Pêche à l'anguille has been delighting the finest, most refined palates for over 230 years. C'est une wonderful Gallic tradition.
Peaches stewed in eels? Are you quite mad?
No, but you've just shown how nouveau riche you really are, Holmes. Never heard of pêche à l'anguille, indeed.
The richer man holds up a capped pot of pêche à l'anguille.
That looks disgusting. I'll stick with caviar and quiche.
You do no such thing. Guards, seize this pretender's property.
What?
Several guards in beefeater costumes rush forward and pull the rich man out of his car, kicking him repeatedly and dumping his food on top of him. They take away his money and businesses and Rolls Royce. You were say it again. You were too loud.
Oh, but
Silence, peasant! I am trying to enjoy my pêche à l'anguille.
The richer man eats his pêche à l'anguille as his Rolls Royce drives away. The rich man looks around to the side of the country road, bewildered.
Pêche à l'anguille, France's finest culinary tradition.
I like that one.
that sounds gross.
Play bien, Philippe.
I like that.
Vile.
That's I was just looking up more famous ads from the 90s, and obviously like the Grey Poupon ad
Grey
came up.
Poupon.
And I was like, I better do a riff on that with peaches stewed in eels.
Mmm.
Well, that was our that was this episode. There's a talking cat, some goblins.
It flew away.
Giles tried to hook up
cat
with the
flew
girl.
away.
The cat flew away. Guys, you know, it's been a busy sort of month, and I'm happy to have shared this time with all of you.
Aw.
That's all I have to say. Thank you for reading these insane ads with us, which really
They're amazing.
Thank you for
enjoyed
writing
these
them.
ads. I really like the ads this week. I'm very happy with these. I like the
For those of y'all who don't know, everything aside from the commercials is improvised, but the wonderful commercials are written by Starfleet Command himself.
So if you need someone to write commercials for your growing business or your well-established business, please message
Call
Starfleet.
Starfleet Command.
Oh my god. I want to have an ad writing business in which I am credited as Starfleet Command. Oh my
I
god.
think that might entail a little copyright infringement.
Yeah, actually it would, but like it sort of doesn't. Like some of the commercial directors I've worked with are called the Spielbergs. It's just two guys who said we're just going to go by the Spielbergs. That'll be our name. Copyright don't matter in the ad world. All that matters is sales and also copyright. Well, this was a great one. We're going to do the I still forget that I'm not mirrored. Always reach the wrong direction.
It's fine.
Okay.
You're doing great.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick
So
of being.
I'm not going to lie to you and tell you you're doing great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your candor. And speaking of candor, did anybody watch
did finish.
Andor? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, everyone, this was wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. We will. So actually, I am not sure that we will be back with Star Trek the first Friday of January, just because of weird timing of things. We will figure out what's going on with Star Trek, and it may just be second week of January. Who knows? But this was super fun. We will see everyone next week for. We're going to the OG place again. This is so exciting to me. We're back in paradise. Where things have changed but are also always the same. So join us for that next week.
Paradise.
Why don't you? We have a lot of new people.
Hello, new
So-
people.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we go over Blood from a Stone a little bit?
Okay, so yes. Well, tell you what, I'll do the whole thing. So on Sunday we have our second of 4 very small miniseries called Blue Moon. It's about werewolves. So far we had a Fisk wolf, which is not a fist wolf, but a Fisk wolf, a werewolf that was it was a fish turning into a wolf. Very upsetting. We have on Monday a very exciting thing known as the Top Flight Holiday Annual issue number 1. So come enjoy a Top Flight game with us. Our superhero game. That's going to be great. We haven't seen them since Temple Flight. It is technically Top Flight West, because after what happened in Temple Flight, they're now Top Flight West. We will have on Tuesday another session of Grey in the Dark, our noir game. Speaking of noir, go to longlostlore.itch.io and you can find Noir Confidential, our noir book that the Kickstarter, it's finally out. You can buy it, or if you Kickstarted it, you can download it there. There's an email sent to you. It's so exciting. It really turned out great. We're very happy with it. So it's a lot of fun. It's a bunch of noir options for 5e, and a game where they use them is happening on Tuesday. And in fact, I should mention to you, Zane, that because that's a noir game, I had everyone roll randomly, and they all got one of the magic items, and someone got a Conrad's contraption.
Yes.
They got a +3. They got like the very rare one, in fact. So that was fun. And then, yes, 1 week from tonight, we will be back with Blood from a Stone. That's kind of our like mosaic horror game, kind of like anthology, just lots of different little vignettes. It all ties together in crazy ways. There are 13 different Dreadlands. Each one uses a different gaming system. So going back to Paradise means we'll be using 5e, but it's what we call, it's kind of what we sort of people call it the Survivors. It was sort of like something from Van Richten's, but we've changed how it works. Basically, they're level 0 characters, and they're there to die. Because they're level 0 and the bad things are not. So that's a fun one. So Paradise was our original Dreadland. Though we went there during the week of Blood for Halloween, we have not been back since, like last year. So very excited to kind of even just go there.
Haven't had an extended stay there.
Haven't had an extended stay, so it'll be fun to go there for a couple weeks and maybe longer. Maybe this will carry over to New Year. Who'll know? What, Vale?
Oh no! Wait, has it been?
Yeah,
When was the last time?
We've been in Merkshire since like last November. We left Paradise in November of 2021.
Time does not exist to me.
That's fair. Go ahead, Zane.
All right.
I was just going to give a shout out to all of the just energy in the room tonight. We had 12 new followers, which is pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh!
We broke 900
people coming in.
followers tonight.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you.
It's
thank
over
you,
900.
And then something, and then lasers. We had Mozzarella raided with a party of 15 raiders this evening, which was pretty awesome. And Muskie kindly gifted a community sub tonight and cheered with 500 beautiful little bits. And then Minnesota Twins came through, and it was his 1 year anniversary, and he gave out a community sub gift this evening. So
wow,
thanks y'all.
Thank you
Happy y'all
so
are here.
much.
Also, I had a bunch of people come over from my TikTok and who are still watching on my TikTok currently. Thank you guys so much for coming over and for supporting and staying active. Keep watching. There's a lot more.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. This has been a great one. I appreciate you all being here. I will see you all soon. Until next time. God, I tore the. God, shit.
Ha ha ha.
Wear the dang thing.
Until next time. Forward to transport.